Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your Photo News Fix. This fix is brought to you by Tamron and their brand new 70-210 f4, which I so happen to have right here. Now, if the 70-200 2.8 G2 is out of your price range or is a little too heavy, this might be a nice option for you to check out. Now, for more information, head on over to this bit.ly link that I created, which is bit.ly/TRON70210. Yep, T-Ron or Tron. Are you in the market for a new camera? Do you have a spare $106,000 sitting around? Well, if so, you're in luck because you can be one of the only people in the world who will buy the large sense 8x10 single shot digital camera called the LS911, which comes in red. Steven, I bet it's red and called the 911 because they saw my Porsche in front of the art museum. Here's a rundown of the specs. The LS911 is a single shot 9x11. Wait, what? It's 9x11?
These go to 11.
Not 8x10, you liars! Steven, I've heard 1 inch makes a big difference. This model only shoots in monochrome and has a high base sensitivity of ISO 2100, expandable to 6400, but keep in mind the pixels on something like this are absolutely huge. It has live view focusing, it's compatible with large format lenses, it's Wi-Fi controlled, has 900 gigs of internal storage as well as a CF and SD card slot, and does something most Canon cameras can't do, shoot 4K video. Sick burn, bro! What does single shot mean, you may be thinking? Well, it means what it sounds like. It captures the entire sensor with 1 shot, opposed to how scanning backs actually work. The people at LS were kind enough to supply the world with sample images from this camera, and they are, well, yeah, moving on, they say you can expect a full color version sometime in 2020. I'm personally not sure the practical application of this camera at the moment, but then again, this is a first generation camera, so please call me when it gets to the 912. Next up, if you're one of the people who owns a Sony a7 III and likes using pixel shift, there's some good news for you. You no longer have to rely only on Sony's Imaging Edge software to edit those files. Though you still will need to merge your pixel shift images in their software, you can officially open up the merged ARQ files in the latest version of Adobe Lightroom Classic CC. If I had to guess, you're going to start seeing more and more companies adding this feature that allows you to do something similar to pixel shift. This may be one way cameras can theoretically hit the 200 megapixel mark, but that will probably be a marketing ploy for those companies. And finally, Nikon's the best. Yep, it's official. Nothing to see here. Everybody else, you can go home because Nikon is the best. All of this according to the Spanish photography website Fotolari, which I wasn't able to read since I don't speak Spanish, so I had to read Petapixel instead. Fotolari compiled the cameras used by 97 of the 129 winners of the 2018 World Press Photo Contest. The breakdown looks something a little like this, and by little like this, I mean it looks like this. 51.5% of the winning photos were taken with Nikon cameras versus 29.9% shot with Canon. Now in the 2017 contest, 55.5% were shot with Canon and 30.55% were made with Nikon. 11 winning shots each were captured with the Nikon D5, Nikon D810, and the Canon 5D Mark III. Next, tied with 7 winning shots each, we have the Nikon D800E, which I didn't know anybody still used, and the Canon 5D Mark IV. But what makes this entire breakdown meaningless is the fact that 32 of the winning photos did not share camera data, so we might as well take these findings with a grain of salt. Now, the last metric they compiled is the breakdown of what type of cameras were used: DSLR, mirrorless, or other, though I'm not sure what other actually means. Anyway, 83% of the cameras were DSLRs, with 11.3% being mirrorless, which means there were some others in there. The good news for mirrorless is that last year, only 5.5% of the winning photos were captured with mirrorless cameras, and this year, that number climbed to 11.3%. So, like I said at the beginning of the story, Nikon is clearly the best. and there's nothing left to see here. And there you have it. That's your photo news fix this time around. To check out the last photo news fix, go ahead and click on the screen right here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And that's where we'll leave it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.